What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? MonkeyFlop here, and today I got your PS4 flash news. Now there's a lot of stuff to digest in this video here today, so please watch the video entirely. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. I do have an ARM update for you guys, and I'll be talking about that at the end of the video in case you guys are curious. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it because we got the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection that has been released. That's right, you guys can go and download the games now. Even if you're not planning on playing the games right now, at least add them to your download history. That way you guys always have them available to you. Next up, I wanted to talk about Article 13 because this is actually honestly huge news, and this is kind of scary for content creators and pretty much the internet as a whole. If you guys aren't familiar with Article 13, it is more stricter copyright guidelines, and that actually passed last week in Europe. Now, it's going to take about 2 years for them to fully implement it and come up with a plan and really see how this is all going to play out. But, you know, some of territories are going to be already implementing this as of this week and even next week. Now, it doesn't affect us here in the United States as of yet, but like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Stricter copyright guidelines could mean videos could look like this. MonkeyFlop, you're Alright guys, I had a little bit too much fun right there with that take, but honestly, like, that is going to be how YouTube videos are going to look in the future if there are really strict copyright guidelines. That's not a joke, like seriously. I'm pretty sure that YouTube content creators will definitely get creative. We've always had to roll with the punches and go with whatever is decided that is like way above us, so I'll keep you guys updated nevertheless. Don't Photoshop me!
Call of Duty Black Ops Blackout has free access. Now, this is actually going to start on April 2nd, which is today, and it's going to last until April 30th. You need PlayStation Plus in order to take advantage of the free access to the Blackout mode. What this includes is access to the new Alcatraz standalone Blackout map, access to the original Black Ops Blackout map, including all of the latest spring colors and weapon updates, all progress saves and transfers for those that upgrade to the paid version of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 will go over. Also, matchmaking with Blackout players includes solos, duos, and quads. Now, the real question is, if you got PlayStation Plus, are you guys going to be jumping on some Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, especially with the fact that they released a new map and it's going to be free for this entire month? Realm Royale introduced Big Head mode this week. Now, I believe it's going to be only available for this week only, so if you guys have Realm Royale, go ahead and give it a shot, give it a go. It's free to play on the PlayStation Network store, and Big Head mode is so hilarious. Me and my friends have been having a blast just messing around.
Next up, I actually wanted to talk about PlayStation refunds. Now, on Sunday, I actually created and uploaded a video talking about refunds for the PlayStation Network store because that was honestly like one of the biggest concerns a lot of people had, and I made a full-length video talking about all the different ways that you can get refunds. And then come Monday, Sony, I don't know if they're listening. But they actually, revised their refund policy. And now, instead of 14 days before the game gets released, you actually have 2 weeks after the game is released to cancel your pre-orders. If you purchase the game but you never downloaded it or ever streamed it, then you will be entitled to a full refund. Of course, if you already played the game, if you already have, stream the game or what have you, I do have some good information on Sunday's video. You definitely want to check that out. I'll put an eye in the card above if you guys wanted to watch that full-length video. Let's go ahead and talk about Borderlands 3 release date because it was leaked online yesterday, and that was September 13th. And well, we're going to be getting Borderlands 3 on September 13th. The tweet was actually deleted. Wario64 actually refound it on the internet. We have a release date for September 13th. A lot of backlash actually from the community for Borderlands 3 because it's going to be an exclusive on the Epic Game Store. If you're playing on PC, then you probably know there's different stores that you can buy your games from. Ubisoft has their own, EA has their own, Steam is a big platform, and Epic Games is another platform, which a lot of people honestly don't like. In fact, a lot of fans are so upset that Borderlands 3 is going to be launching on the Epic Store that they're taking to Twitter and they're getting crazy. It could be 6 months that it would be exclusive on Epic Game Store, and fans are saying, you know what, if it's exclusive on the Epic Game Store for 6 months, I'll wait 6 months. And then like hardcore Borderlands fans are like, hell no, I'm not gonna wait, I don't care, I'll get it on the Epic Store. So I'm kind of curious. I want to see how many you know, actual PC gamers we have out there that are upset with the fact that 2K is releasing Gearbox Studios game on the Epic Store. Right now, I wanted to talk about Anthem's downfall, and whose fault really is it? Is it EA's or is it BioWare? Now, Jason Schreier from Kotaku wrote a very interesting article. It's a long read, but I definitely recommend you guys check it out if you have the time, and if you're a BioWare fan at all, this is really interesting news. Now, if you guys didn't know, Anthem was actually in development since 2012. That is crazy to even think about. And in fact, in E3 2017, a week before the show's about to kick off, the game developers actually had a different name for the game, and the game was going to be called Beyond. But EA came back and said that game's going to be, name is going to be too hard to trademark. And whoa, they had to go with the backup plan, which was Anthem. Anthem was the second name that they had. Based on 19 different interviews from Anthem's development team, they actually talked about this, the story, indecisions, and mismanagement. There was 2 different development teams working on it, and they couldn't agree with each other. There was a lot of diversity, and there was a lot, you know, of heat between the 2 of the development companies, and the relationship was just not there. The leadership definitely needed an overhaul, and that wasn't there as well. There was a lot of depression and anxiety within developers, and this really sucks, to be honest with you guys. When you hear about, like, you know, anxiety, depression, he goes on to state that some game developers actually, you know, would find a quiet place to go and cry. Some people would go and lock offices and just cry because they were so upset or furious, or, you know, upset with what was exactly going on. Stress casualty is what they called it. So whenever a developer would get stressed, you know, to the point of break, you know, whether it be burnout or what have you, long hours of developing the game, very inconsistent, you know, you know, bosses telling you what to do and things like that. People would go on like 3-month leaves, and according to the reports, some of these developers wouldn't even come back. They would just quit altogether. Some people would come back and then have to leave again. So very interesting news coming out of the studio itself. It looks like BioWare has a lot of stuff going on. I wanted to touch on a couple of things within the article. I definitely recommend you guys read the full article all the way through, so that way you guys get all of the information. But wow, really, really sucky news. Actually, just got an update for you guys. BioWare has officially commented, "We chose not to comment or participate in this story because we felt there was an unfair focus on specific team members and leaders who did their absolute best to bring this totally new idea to fans. We didn't want to be part of something that was attempting to bring them down as individuals. We respect them all. We built this game as a team. We put a great emphasis on our team work, or our work culture in our studio. The health and well-being of our team members is something we take very seriously. It continues after Kotaku's article outlining worrying reports of depression and anxiety spread throughout the studio. As a studio and a team, we accept all criticism that will come our way for the games we make, especially from our players. The creative process is often difficult. The struggle and challenges of making games are very real. Wow. On my arm, I went to the orthopedic doctor yesterday and they took off the splint. They actually told me it was doing more harm than good because of where my hairline fracture is. It's somewhere right around here. They actually showed me the x-ray and there was like an arrow pointing to the fracture. It's so small you can hardly even see it. But because, you know, I bruised some of my muscle and I bruised some of my other bone, they wanted me to like do exercises and get it moving. And oh man, I gotta tell you, like, you know, they did say it did more harm than good being in that splint. To move it too fast, like I don't know if it's like my nerves or like my muscle, just with it being in there for so long, it hurts. They went over like some physical therapy with me, gave me some exercises to do to get my arm fully back to normal and stuff like that. They said that this is going to take time to heal, but it's going to heal on its own. They also put a boot on my foot because I did fracture my big toe really badly. They said that that's the best bone to break in your body because you really don't need to do anything other than wear a boot for it. That's pretty much where I'm at. I have to wear this boot on my foot for about a month or so. They said another 3 weeks or longer depending on how long it takes to heal. But I did make a community post here on YouTube about it, but I know a lot of people are going to be curious to know exactly what's going on. So thank you guys so much for the love, the support, and all of the questions and concerns. You guys are freaking awesome. I'll see you guys in the next news update.